Tonight, ahead of July 4th, we're tracking several deadly firework disasters. The massive fireball and plume of smoke as a fireworks warehouse is engulfed in flames, mounting frustration for families of 7 people who were inside and are still unaccounted for. Authorities tonight calling it a recovery effort. Our emotional interview with the father of 2 of the missing. This as first responders are called to more dangerous firework emergencies. Also breaking tonight, the historic win for President Trump, how his multi-trillion-dollar spending bill is to be signed into law tomorrow. The president working the phones overnight as House Republicans, one by one, flipped in his favor. The tragic death of a huge soccer star killed in a car crash just 10 days after his wedding. Fans sobbing outside of Liverpool Stadium and the tributes pouring in. Professional boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who just fought Jake Paul, arrested by U.S. federal agents who say he's connected to the Sinaloa cartel. Inside Iran, our Richard Engel on the ground and questioning Iran's deputy foreign minister. Do they want revenge? And what's left of those bombed-out nuclear sites? Plus, the images of the wildfires in Greece, thousands of tourists evacuated from one island. Beachgoers seeing their vacations go up in flames.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas.
And good evening. On the eve of the 4th of July, deadly accidents involving fireworks are overshadowing celebrations set for tomorrow. An inferno turned into an explosion. You see it right there at a massive fireworks warehouse in California. 7 people remain unaccounted for, and officials tonight are calling it a recovery operation as families beg for any shred of information about their missing loved ones. It comes as a giant plume of smoke poured out of a home in Simi Valley, California. An explosion of fireworks killing 1 person in their garage. 2 more people were badly injured in a blaze at a home near Oakland, blamed again on fireworks. And officials in Cape Cod are investigating this, a fireworks disaster at a country club that sent 2 people to the hospital. It's a reminder fireworks are a tradition that can be as spectacular as they are dangerous. We begin tonight with Camila Bernal.
Tonight, the news families fear the most. Authorities saying they're moving towards recovery efforts. After this massive explosion, a fireball caught on video at a fireworks warehouse outside of Sacramento.
We cannot move forward and risk any more injury to anyone else on this scene. So I appreciate and understand how much you want answers.
Growing outrage and heartbreak. 7 people still unaccounted for as families wait for answers about their loved ones. Johnny Ramos saying his 2 sons are among the missing.
He
said when he watched the video and saw the explosion, that's when he lost his hope. It's cruel, he says.
It was the first day on the job for 22-year-old Johnny Ramos Jr. and 18-year-old Jesus Ramos. He's expecting his first child.
And he told him, you're going to be a granddad. And he was so happy.
The company devastating pyrotechnics saying our hearts and thoughts are with those we lost, adding we will cooperate fully with the proper authorities in their investigation. Officials say they are now reviewing whether policies and procedures were followed.
And if they weren't followed, we're going to revise and modify those procedures so incidences like this won't happen again.
But families tonight grappling with the unthinkable.
Says they ripped his soul, his heart.
So much frustration and heartbreak there. Camila joins us now live. And Camila, any indication of when those families could learn more?
Nothing yet, Tom. Those family members, they're still gathered here, but authorities telling them to be patient. They're hoping to get more crews in by tomorrow morning. Tom?
Camila Bernal leading us off here tonight. Camila, thank you. We turn to politics. It was a huge win for President Trump today as the House narrowly passed his domestic policy bill at the center of his economic and immigration agenda. Ryan Nobles has this one.
Tonight, a major victory for the Donald Trump agenda.
The motion is adopted.
The House passing his multi-trillion-dollar sprawling spending bill designed to fund a wide range of campaign promises. including extending tax cuts passed in his first administration, new military spending, and money to fund a mass deportation plan, paying for it in part with steep cuts to food aid benefits, clean energy funding, and Medicaid. President Trump celebrating the win before flying to a victory rally in Iowa.
This is a great bill. This is going to be a great bill for the country.
The bill passed largely on party lines, with only 2 Republicans voting against it. One of those, Pennsylvania Representative Brian Fitzpatrick, who dodged NBC News' questions.
Why did you vote no?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? Why did you vote no?
House conservatives balked at the changes made in the Senate, holding back their votes for hours, before they finally relented without a single thing in the bill changing. House Speaker Mike Johnson.
You think they caved?
No, I don't think they caved. Look, I think every member made a thoughtful and informed decision.
President Trump working the phones until the early morning hours. The holdouts say they got what they wanted.
Are you concerned that in the future, though, people won't believe that you guys are going to be a no on big issues like
I think
this?
they know we better be ready they better be ready to deal.
Democrats did everything they could to delay final passage. Their leader, Hakeem Jeffries, setting a record by holding the floor for more than 8 hours, attacking the bill's overhaul of social safety net programs like Medicaid and SNAP, which could lead to millions of Americans losing access to coverage.
We were a hell no last week, a hell no this week, a hell no yesterday, a hell no today.
But Republicans argue Medicaid is in need of reform, and the bill is filled with the president's priorities, like eliminating taxes on tips and overtime. Republicans taking a victory lap following the vote. All smiles as one of the signature songs from the Trump campaign rallies played in the room.
And Ryan, as you know, President Trump still needs to sign this bill. What's the plan for that?
Tom, the president has an elaborate bill signing ceremony set for the 4th of July, complete with the possibility of a B-2 bomber flyover and fireworks. All this as he attempts to sell this package to the country. Tom.
All right, Ryan, we thank you for that. There is shock and heartbreak in the soccer world over the tragic death of a star player days after his wedding. So what happened? Raf Sanchez tonight with the emotion and the reaction from fans and fellow athletes.
Tonight, tears and tributes across global soccer after the shocking death of Liverpool star Diogo Jota. The 28-year-old killed with his younger brother when their Lamborghini spun out of control on a Spanish highway, exploding into flames, according to police, who say it seems a tire burst while they were passing another vehicle. Jota married his longtime partner just 10 days before his death. His final Instagram post showing their wedding, the caption simply reading, "Yes to forever." The couple had 3 young children together. He was in the prime of his playing career.
With our fans behind us, I think we can win.
This was his final goal for Liverpool, dribbling through a thicket of defenders to score.
A moment of quality and a moment of class.
Helping the club win the English Premier League last season. Today, Liverpool fans gathering outside their stadium.
I thought it was some joke. 28 years old.
Jota also played for his native Portugal and was expected to take part in next year's World Cup, hosted by the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. His devastated teammate Cristiano Ronaldo tonight posting, "It doesn't make sense," while LeBron James saying, "My prayers go out to his loved ones during this time." Prince William also adding he was deeply saddened at the loss of a young star who had so much more to give. Raf Sanchez, NBC News.
All right, we want to stay overseas. The Pentagon announcing the U.S. strikes in Iran degraded their nuclear weapons program by up to 2 years. Our Richard Engel is in Iran tonight, pressing Iranian officials for more.
With the airspace closed, we set off for Tehran by car, 12 hours across the desert from near the border with Afghanistan. Then Tehran. First impression, the government appears firmly in control. Those who expected a quick regime change were wrong. Today, we met with the deputy foreign minister.
There's been some confusion as to how much damage was actually done to Iran's nuclear program. Can you tell me how much damage was done?
The damage is serious.
Does Iran plan to respond to this 12-day war with an attack against U.S. bases, the U.S. homeland in some way?
We have already responded to that. And as long as there is no act of aggression being perpetrated by the United States against us, we will not respond again.
The deputy foreign minister left open the door to negotiations, even though he says the U.S. cheated Iran because they were in the middle of negotiations when Israel launched its surprise attack last month.
How can the Americans explain this? We want them to explain as to why they misled us.
Iran took a beating with top generals and nuclear scientists among the some 1,000 Iran says were killed, including civilians. And now Iran is honoring its dead of the present and the past during the Shia holy month of Muharram.
Here they are mourning and celebrating a Shia martyr killed 1,400 years ago. But this year, after the war with Israel, this ancient ceremony has an added significance, a way for Iranians to show they will never forget and never surrender.
Many Iranians say the country has never been more united, rallying behind their flag and faith. Richard Engel, NBC News, Tehran.
Now to the gang violence taking near total control of the capital of Haiti and the Trump administration's efforts to terminate the temporary protected status for Haitian nationals here in the U.S. Yamiche Alcindor with that story.
Gang violence has been tearing apart the Caribbean nation of Haiti for months. UN officials now warning gangs control an estimated 90% of the capital. It's why hundreds of thousands have fled, like Kevinson and Shirley Jean, who 2 years ago legally immigrated to rural Panhandle, Texas.
We wanted to start a new life where we can have hope for our future kids or for our future dreams.
But now they are living in limbo. Last week, the Trump administration announced in September it would end temporary protected status for Haitians like the Jeans, which the Biden administration had extended due to gang violence. And even though the FAA has banned U.S. flights to Haiti's capital, the administration now says the environmental situation in Haiti has improved enough that it is safe for Haitian citizens to return home.
Return to Haiti right now is death sentence.
My biggest worry is like they can kidnap me, rape me, because the gang, they don't think, I think they don't care about if you're gonna suffer.
Already, the Jeans' work permits have expired. Members of their church, many of who voted for President Trump, are helping them pay for a lawyer to seek asylum. A federal judge this week blocked the Trump administration's move to end TPS. But Tom Homan, the president's border czar, says the government will appeal the decision.
Why go after Haitian immigrants that came here legally and who have been contributing to society and who, by the way, have the support of Trump supporters who voted for the president?
Again, the president made a commitment we're going to enforce immigration laws in this country. And we do prioritize the worst of the worst. But that doesn't mean everybody else is off the table. If they're here in violation of immigration law and we find them, they're going to be arrested.
The Jeans just praying they can stay.
There's good people that embrace the American culture. So there has to be a way to help them find something to stay here in America.
Yamiche Alcindor, NBC News, Panhandle, Texas.
And we'll be right back in 60 seconds with the famed fighter from boxing royalty just arrested by ICE. It comes just days after a major match with Jake Paul. What we're learning next. We're learning more tonight about a high-profile arrest by ICE agents. Boxer Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. detained over alleged cartel connections and an arrest warrant in his native Mexico. Here's national correspondent Morgan Chesky.
From a boxing match watched by millions just days ago to this black and white photo released by ICE. Tonight, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is in federal custody, facing multiple accusations of crimes in Mexico. The Department of Homeland Security confirming ICE agents arrested the 39-year-old Wednesday at his L.A. County home. DHS alleging the former middleweight world champion is involved in organized crime and trafficking firearms, ammunition, and explosives. Chavez's attorney calling the allegations outrageous. Prior to his Saturday fight versus Jake Paul, the LA resident spoke out on the ongoing ICE operations, telling the LA Times, "It even scared me, to tell you the truth. It is very ugly," adding, "I don't understand the situation. Why so much violence?"
Now that Chavez Jr. is in federal custody, what legal recourse does he have?
It's very difficult. He's subject to expedite removal because he has not been here for 2 years, but he's also married to a United States citizen.
DHS saying that citizen is also accused of having connections to the Sinaloa cartel through a prior relationship with a now dead son of the cartel leader, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. The son of a boxing champion, Chavez Jr. was born in the Mexican state of Sinaloa, rising through the ranks before making his pro debut in 2002.
And tonight here in Los Angeles, DHS tells NBC News that Chavez Jr. is being processed for expedited removal out of the United States. Tom?
Morgan Chesky for us. Morgan, thank you. And we're back in a moment with the wildfires burning out of control at a major tourist destination overseas. Plus the dramatic National Guard rescue here at home. This chopper hoisting up a rock climber who fell 60 feet. That's next. We're back now with massive wildfires raging out of control in Greece. Thousands of people, including many tourists, were evacuated from the Greek island of Crete today as firefighters tried to put out those flames. It comes as the country and most of southern Europe sweats under a major heat wave that's making containment even more difficult. Back here at home, a dramatic National Guard rescue. You see it here, caught on camera in New Hampshire. You can see that chopper hoisting up a rock climber who fell about 60 feet on Mount Washington. The climber who fell was taken to the hospital for his injuries, but the extent of those injuries still unknown. And we thank you for watching Nightly News on this Thursday. I'm Tom Llamas. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Good night. We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.